It's always good to see you, Sheriff. Thanks for joining us.
Howdy, Natasha. Glad to be with you tonight.
And first, Sheriff, we just aired this interview with a man trying to take down the cartel sex trafficking ring, serving as a confidential informant for agencies. Your reaction to this story?
You know, as I was listening to your interview there, that's the greatest asset we have to us is paid informants. Here in my area specifically, before I retired with the Border Patrol, we had intel agents that had sources of information in Mexico that helped us do our job better on this side. Meaning, you know, you can't really predict or know where activity is going to happen. You know, but through sources of info, paid informants, they're able to give us that intel ahead of time that makes us that much more successful. So when you delve into that sex trafficking and the sex slave trade, those are things that will continue to benefit those of us here in the United States on the law enforcement
side. It's an incredible thing. And, you know, this specific confidential informant is unpaid, which I think is even more remarkable. Tell me very briefly, what can confidential informants like Sebastian do that law enforcement, that agencies cannot?
Yes, well, they infiltrate the cartels a lot easier. Again, a lot of them are from the other side, if you will, from the Mexican side, and just have that ability, having grown up in some of those communities, to be able to just kind of blend in a little better than we would from this side. And we certainly have people that have infiltrated it and do that. But again, just having a source like that is invaluable, without a doubt.
Appreciate that perspective. Let's talk about mass deportations, this major campaign promise from President-elect Trump. Sheriff, what should we expect with mass deportations? What do you feel this will look like operationally?
You know, Natasha, of course, we hear the left saying, you know, putting the fear out amongst people that it's going to be a huge sweeping operation. They're going to take everybody in their path. Couldn't be further from the truth. Look, there are too many people out there to go try to round up just everybody. What we're going to do is focus on those that are criminal actors, those that have committed crimes, those that have prior order deportations, meaning they've gone before an immigration judge and they've been ordered deported. They were allowed to self-deport, but they haven't left. So we're going to see ICE ERO, which is their enforcement removal operations, putting together teams of other federal agents and then state and locals to go out there and combat and find these folks. But also state and locals will be able to provide information to the government of those that we have in our custody, determine if they're here illegally, and then turn them over to the proper authorities as well.
So are you confident with the mass deportations that they will not be going after farm workers, say, or people who have been here for years peacefully, but undoubtedly are here illegally?
Yes, ma'am. And I know that from my 26 years as a Border Patrol agent. Typically, that is, you know, the vast majority of what we go after primarily is the criminal aliens. And the reason I say that is because we're going to try to get those of the worst out first. And again, there's certain laws that prevent us from just going out into work locations and doing roundups and whatnot. But again, Tom Homan's made it very clear, the president's made it very clear that they're going to focus on those criminal aliens primarily.
Your comment, as some blue states and cities are already saying that they will not have their local law enforcement help with deportations.
It would be nice if they did cooperate. But I can tell you, the federal side or these task forces that go in, we don't need the cooperation from those governors. We don't need the cooperation of those city leaders. We still have the authority, talking about the federal side, to go into those cities and conduct, those stings and those activities to find those that are here illegally with criminal records. So regardless if we have cooperation or not, we're still going to carry out those functions.
And you were Border Patrol representative to U.S. Army North during Trump's first presidency. You coordinated DOD support along the border. So what will DOD support for mass deportations look like this time around?
Yes, ma'am, and I certainly did. And along the border, they provided a support role. They weren't in an enforcement role going out there and actually apprehending people. I see it being very similar, if not the exact same, on these efforts to catch criminal aliens. They will be there to drive buses once those people are apprehended, to transport them, to keep the detention centers running, to help out with that. And then lastly, we'll probably see some military flights repatriating people that are here legally to their countries of origin.
Sheriff Thaddeus Cleveland, appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.